Hey, this is Marlo with Marlo Gets Fit coming to you from Eureka, California. Really super late night owl update. And I just wanted to go over some tips of how not to become the victim of a burglary, a home burglary. Continuing the saga with my mom's home burglary. So I just wanted to give you some updates, plus give you some tips because I've been doing lots of research and all that kind of good stuff. So first, before I get started, if you don't know who I am, I'm a wife, I'm a mom, I work full time, and I have a home business. Plus, I'm on a Get Healthy journey, and I do that with low carb. And I just wanted to do a few updates because I'm at my mom's house. I'm helping her out during this whole ordeal and helping her get stuff done, helping her feel secure, because of course whenever something like that happens, you don't feel that comfortable and you feel like a victim, and you are a victim and traumatized, and you're wondering if they're going to come back, and there's just all kinds of things with that going through your head. And so I'm helping her out with that, helping her get stuff done, because man, it's surprising so many things you have to do when someone steals personal items, checkbooks, IDs, and all that kind of good stuff, not to mention all the missing items and sentimental things, my grandma's diamond wedding ring and her other jewelry, of course they all picked all the good stuff. So lots of stuff like that. And I did a pretty good video yesterday on how to, secure your home after you've had a home robbery. And so today I was doing some research and I saw this great video, and it's actually from a former thief, a former burglar, that he burglarized like hundreds of homes in the Dallas area, and they caught him eventually, and they did an interview, and he was, had remorse, and so he was trying to help, and he gave all this information about how he picked neighborhoods, how he picked homes, what would deter him, and what was easy, and how easy it was to find things, and that sort of stuff. So it was really interesting. Really had a lot of really good information, and really made you think about what you do and how easy it is, because that's the thing about what happened with this thing with my mom, is that they were targeting her, it seemed like, because they were here 30 minutes after she left. They were here, and we did get video. I don't know if I mentioned that in yesterday's video, but the neighbors across the street happened to put cameras up, and it got my mom's driveway and part of the front of her house. And so we do have pretty good video of the car. Went by, came back, went into her driveway, and then about 30 minutes later came backed into the driveway and picked up the guy who had her stuff. And so it looks like a BMW, and we're narrowing it down, and sent that to the sheriff, and they said they've got some tips. It's been posted on social media, people on the lookout for, do you recognize this car? So hopefully we catch them, because I just want to stop them from doing this. There's been so many people been talking about so many same thing happening, and losing your, heirloom jewelry and heirloom items, which is just devastating because that stuff cannot be replaced. But anyway, it's this guy really goes into it, and there's just a lot of things that you can do, and it's one of those things where if they say, if you have like to go into like an upper middle class neighborhoods, upper neighborhoods that look like people in established neighborhoods, where it looks like, it's people who've been there for a while, so they've accumulated items, they've maybe inherited items, they have items, they're well off, so they have, nice things, and they look for, well manicured yards and stuff, because then you have money to pay for have someone manicure your yard. But on the same token, they're looking for, if people go on vacation, you definitely have to have people, stop your mail, or pick up your mail, pick up your newspaper, stop your newspapers, because as soon as they see those pile up, it's a sure sign that someone's on vacation and not there, so they will definitely pick those. That's a pretty obvious one. Also, someone that it looks like they do manicure their lawn, but or their yard, but it's overgrown a little bit, that would also indicate, oh, they're not home, they're on vacation. So maybe they're not home, and so you want to make sure that's kept up. And then, but not someone who it's really super overgrown, because if it's super overgrown, then they think, oh, you can't afford to do your lawn, so you probably don't have as much nice stuff in there, so maybe you're not a good target. Having a really nice fence around your property, because if you can afford a nice fence, you probably have nice things in your home. Some of the other things, they just having the wireless cell alarm system is a big detour. He said that would detour probably 80% of people, because those are going to have the police here like that, and they're very hard to get around, very hard. You have to be spending time, and so why bother? You just go to a house that doesn't have that. Also, a lot of things which I found interesting, and the people that came in here, because you think, oh, they were in here for such a short time, but they were able to pinpoint and get the most valuable things. And they didn't go for TVs. They don't go for the electronics. They said they want money and jewelry, those small things that are worth a lot of money, because they can just go, exchange that and get money and go buy a TV, because TVs are pretty cheap now, that sort of thing. But they were able to, so quickly go through all the drawers and everything and get those items. It was so weird. It's like you almost feel like they knew where they are, but I think because they have so much experience at it, they know where people most of the time hide those things. And that's what he said. He said, in 5 or 7 minutes, I can go through your home, go through all the drawers, and I will have 99% of your most valuable items. They know where to look, the majority of people, where they put them. And he said, one thing you can do is, then you start thinking about that. Well, I'm going to hide my jewelry, and you have to hide it in very, very odd places, because they know to look. They look for those fake canisters, that look like shaving cream, and you put the stuff in there. They know to look for those things. They know to look all these different places. They know to look in the freezer, the refrigerator, the back of cupboards. I mean, they know where to look. So it has to be somewhere very, very odd, like a false front, a false something, maybe up in the ceiling, in the garage, maybe in a toolbox or something like that. But he said one thing that was really cool is, if you have a really nice house, it's a nice neighborhood, and you don't really have any jewelry, they know you're going to be hiding it. So that's going to make them look even more. So they're going to look even more, because they know you must be hiding it somewhere. So you can't just hide it all. But he did say, because I guess he says that he felt bad about the people who lost like heirloom things that were given to them from their grandparents and stuff like that. He did try to get some of the people's stuff back for them, but he said, if you have things like that, that's the stuff that you want to hide somewhere. You want to hide that somewhere very, very odd, very like a hidden compartment, hidden things like that, because you don't, that's the stuff people are going to steal. And so you want to keep some regular stuff that's replaceable out, so that they think they're getting your stuff, and you hide the really valuable sentimental stuff somewhere totally different. So that was very interesting. He said not to have those really pretty see-through, doors, like with all the glass that you can just see in. You're gonna, when they can see inside, they can tell there's no one there, and they can see what's in there. And especially if they can see all the way through the house. If you have a dog inside, dogs are not that big of a deterrent unless it's a big aggressive dog. But again, it was really interesting that if you leave your dog at home and you have the windows where they can just see right in, they can tell that there's nobody home if the way the dog acts. Because like if you're at home and someone knocks at the door, the dog barks, but it usually gets the master to come, come to the door. Where if the master's not there, the owner's not there, the dog doesn't do that. And so they can tell just by the dog's behavior whether there's someone there or not. So, you really don't want to have it to where people can just see right in, because they can totally tell what's going on. And, there's just so many different things like that. It was just really eye-opening to hear him talk about and what houses he would target. He said neighborhood watches were a huge deterrent, because the biggest thing they want is they don't want anyone to see. So he would be going through the neighborhoods, and if he sees the neighborhood watch all over and they're watching them because they know he's not supposed to be in the neighborhood, he's not going to go there because they've seen him. So if he burglarized one of those houses, they're going to give his description and he's given away. So neighborhood watches are a huge deterrent. The cameras that are wireless, that are cell, that are those are a big deterrent too. So there's a whole bunch of things like that. Lots of things you wouldn't even think about. Kind of just crazy. So it's got our minds thinking of what we need to do to change here, the things to change here, as far as the security, what we're doing, where you hide things, and all that kind of stuff. So I would be happy to share this link with you because it's really, really interesting watching him and listening to him talk about how he burglarized and how he can find things, and gives you ideas of how the things you need to change of what you're doing, and maybe the change around your home, as far as what's visible, what's not visible from the outside, how you set up the yard and everything. I mean, it was really very interesting. So I'd be happy to share that link with you if you'd like that. Just send me a private message and let me know, and I will send that to you. Totally helpful. We've definitely got our brains going to figure out what we're going to do around here to secure things a little bit better and all that kind of good stuff. So I just thought I'd share that, share what's going on, because this is kind of what's happening in my life right now. It's pretty busy and consuming, helping my mom. She's having to go through and change bank accounts and all the security and all that kind of stuff, and it's just such a pain in the butt, but we're getting it done, and things are starting to get better, so that's pretty cool, and hopefully they're going to catch them. I hope they catch them, because just nothing bothers me more than a thief who's going to steal something, and when they steal, they just don't give a crap about the fact that that's someone else's, and they're just going to take it, and that really bothers me. So anyway, hope you have a great day. It's late, super late. I got a few more things I got to get done before I can get to bed, and hopefully catch up on some sleep. So have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in my next video.